Welcome back to the West End Strength podcast. This is episode 2. It has been quite some time since I posted that first episode and recorded the first episode. I've probably been overthinking a little too much on what this next chat should be about, and so I just kind of committed yesterday what it's going to be about. But firstly, thank you to those who listened and provided your feedback and thoughts. It's really appreciated that you even listened, so thanks for your support there. Today I want to cover the topic of being a beginner, and it seems to be a little bit of a theme that I've been thinking about in the last couple of weeks. Initially started with getting more beginners to the West End Strength Run Club, and we had our first, you would say, kind of beginner session for the year on Sunday just gone, and had a few members join us, which was great. And we did approach it in a very beginner pace, do what you can, start where you are type situation. And then I did a blog post on our website chatting about being at the beginning of your strength and fitness and health journey. I was thinking about the topic of being a beginner today, and I thought it's kind of perfect because in a lot of ways, right now, I'm a beginner at something. I am currently a beginner in the area of podcasting. I don't know if you could technically really call this podcasting. I'm more just chatting to the camera about things that I find interesting and relevant to health and fitness. But I am at the beginning, and I have definitely found many ways to procrastinate in this stage. And I think one of them is over-researching. And yes, I have Googled thoroughly and read many blog posts from various people about, what's the best microphone to get? Should I have headphones? What accessories do I need to do this podcast? And really, if I think about it, they're just things that are helping me to procrastinate and not actually do the thing. So this week, I knew that I needed to commit and come and record and chat to the camera and just start where I am and use what I have and do what I can. That is something I have used to remind myself to get started. Do the thing that I find scary and uncomfortable and unfamiliar. The blog post I wrote was titled To the Beginners. And the idea behind that was I wanted to speak to those who were just starting out with their health and fitness or restarting their health and fitness. And I can fully appreciate that it feels really daunting, or it might feel really uncomfortable, and that it's easy to put it off. Although you know or are aware of the benefits of strength training, of going to the gym, that information is widely available and widely talked about. That strength and fitness is very positive in terms of your overall health and longevity and living a life of quality. I often think, why would I talk about those concepts? And so I'm going to start this process by starting at the beginning, I guess, and acknowledging that you probably are aware of the benefits, or that you should do some form of activity, and that we should eat as healthy as we can. But if you're wanting to start a strength and conditioning training process, how do you start? If you don't know what you're looking for, where do you get started? So you need to get stronger, or you might have heard that improving your bone density is important as we get older, and that you should do some form of strength training. Thinking about going to a gym may feel a little bit daunting, let alone maybe going into a group setting of something that's very unfamiliar. You don't know the movements, you don't know the language, how we talk in this fitness world. My suggestion with getting started and going to a gym is to find some trial sessions. And I think being able to trial more than one class is really beneficial, as it gives you a really good idea of the community, the coaching style. You might meet a few different coaches, a few different people from the community as well. The other thing in getting started is that you're coming from a pretty cool baseline. There's so much progress to be made. And if you can find a place where you get your foundations right and then build from there, the benefits that you'll receive for your health are going to be amazing. It's something in our group setting, in our small group programming, that we get super excited about, where we see new members come in who have very little experience with strength training or no experience at all, and have those small wins, whether it's, moving from ring rows to banded pull-ups, or it's going from I've done box jumps before, but I've, injured myself, to we slowly build up the height in the box jumps and rebuild that confidence. This was something that I wanted to talk about coming from a coach's perspective. It is something, strength training, conditioning training, that I have done for quite a few years, and so have the other coaches. But we still have an awareness that you have to start somewhere, and our job is to guide you from the start and learn the foundations and get comfortable and build your confidence in this training environment. And we've had quite a few members who have done strength training because they know it's good for their health, but it's potentially not something that really excites them. But 6 months in, it's I love strength training, and I don't want to do the cardio, or when can I test and I want to see my progress. All this is to say that we really value what strength and conditioning training has to offer, and we want to share it with those who are interested. And we hope to make the training available to those who seek it. So I will continue on my beginner journey of podcasting. I'm going to say that I have been doing this maybe for the last, quite a while, stop and start, deleting videos. This has not gone as well as the first one, and I guess that's part of the process. I'm a little reluctant to put this one out there, I'm going to be honest, but I'm going to go with what I've done. It might be a bit comical, but I've got to start somewhere, and I've got to just take a step at a time, and I will learn from this. I haven't been taking notes, because when I take notes and try to read off them, I'm very awkward if I'm not awkward already. But it's a process. Let's just say, if you're starting your strength training journey, we are starting something at the same time, although it might not be the same thing. We're both beginners, and the only place we can go from here is forward, and small improvements each time we do the thing. So stay tuned for this podcast. There's a lot of progress to be made and a lot of improvements to be made, but it is something that I'm going to push myself to do. It's going to be easy not to do. I feel way more comfortable in doing a hard Tuesday conditioning session, and in some ways wish I was doing that way more than what I'm doing right now. Thank you for listening this far to the podcast. I think I got a little bit distracted and sidelined from the beginner journey, but I'd love for you to join me on this beginner journey. You're on your strength journey. I'm on my podcasting journey. Stay tuned for episode 3. Can only make progress from here.